I started. So this session is being recorded, just to let you know. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining for this session today, which is going to be all about Python and how to use Python with the QCar. I'm just going to share my screen to kind of recap of what we went through yesterday, and also for what we kind of did to configure it. Okay, so yesterday we went through what's called basically the example applications, right? So we did the manual drive with the joystick, and keep in mind in that note that that was my bad that we forgot to connect the USB dongle to the cue card directly there. But once we did that, you guys were able to drive it. 360-degree vision. We did RGB de-imaging, so that was adjusting the image threshold to detect the stop sign. We did lane following as well. So we tuned HSV values. That's a hue saturation value, that color matrix, if you will. Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. And then we did the lane following, which worked very well on your map. But keep in mind that that will change depending on lighting conditions. So you may need to change the value depending on that. That is something RGB, when you do RGB thresholding, it doesn't take into account the lighting environment, right? So that's the advantage of using HSV over RGB. Okay, so the next thing was so we basically did that the whole session yesterday, right? So we did this here, and we started doing the using Python with the SD card. So this basically, what we did here was configure the PC. So it doesn't really, so we covered basically how to do this with some of you guys, but we're gonna go over this again, just how to connect to it and all that. But we need to configure, yesterday what we did when just for people that weren't on the rest of the call, because you had class, of course. It wasn't part of the training session, but what we did is we configured the QCar in order to use Python. So let's talk maybe a little bit about what we did, because that is a nice segue to how you use Python with the QCar. So I'm going to go to the resources here that I have. So under when you ran out that setup file, you had the Quanser folder that's created in your My Documents. So everybody has that. This is also copied on the QCar, because when you're running Python, you have to run it on the actual NVIDIA, on the Ubuntu Linux of the QCar, right? So that is what we're gonna do. Now, there's a couple of things here that I want to show. Is if you go to user manual QCar, there's a couple of things that I want to kind of re-summarize as the user manual connectivity. User manual connectivity shows you basically, you guys are well versed into that, but how to connect to the QCar in general. But then there's different manuals depending on the software environment you're using. So for example, the user manual software uh, Simulink in here is when you're using Simulink. So this shows you basically the process of building and deploying and all that. We went through this numerous times the past 2 days. If you want to use Python, then we have a Python manual. So let's look a little bit into that, because this is one of the most important manuals you have. So the one thing is you have basically all these Quanser modules, right? So the Quanser modules is basically the Python API. Um, we updated that, so that's, you have the 2023 version on the QCar. So we made sure the libraries are updated. Note that there is a Quark runtime running on the QCar as well, right? So we didn't really mention that already, but the fact that you were able to run the Quark when you were deploying real-time controllers from Simulink to the QCar, there was, of course, a Quark runtime on the QCar being ran. So it's the same deal when you're running Python scripts. The Python scripts have these modules, and it uses the Quanser API in order to use to go through Quark and to access a lot of the hardware. So it's very, very similar to how you use Symlink and you have blocks in Symlink that are Quark, like he'll initialize and all that stuff. It's similar to that. Now here's the command. So we basically we went ahead and did the install to make sure we had installed the recent libraries. Now you have some other ones too called the high level application libraries. So these include, for example, so yeah, in the hardware test and application examples, they have these like higher level application libraries that we use, right, for the product. So you have these. You also have what's called the PAL, Python application library. So your PAL is kind of your friend, right? The application library. So this also has a number of functions you can use. For example, accessing the RealSense camera, the LiDAR cameras, GPS, which is like a virtual GPS and all that. Um, And also, yeah, you have some, yeah, that's right. You also have scope. So you have scopes in Python that you can view. That is also part of that PAL functionality. Another note too is in order to use the HAL, PAL, and all the libraries, you need to set up what's called basically. I know you guys. Um, I think many in the audience are well versed in Python, but if you're not, like this is basically the way I put it is. In Windows, you often have like these different environmental variables that you need to set. So you need to do the same thing in Python. And the way you do that is basically you do to this bash rc bash.bashrc file, and you add this command, right? The export Python command. You basically indicate the library, where your Python libraries are, and that's what we did on there. So if I showed you, for example, on my system here, we took a deeper dive here. So I have a Q car here at Quanser. Uh, but hold on. I just gotta connect my USB. There, that's better. Just gonna stop there. So I got. So I'm just gonna. Again, I'm gonna double check that I can reach that Q car. So I'm just gonna run the old ping test. Make sure I can reach it. So okay, looks like I'm okay. And I'm just gonna check out my properties. Okay. So I'm going to use VNC Viewer, just like you guys are doing, and I'll just show you the contents of my Q car, which is basically takes exactly the same that you had in your Q car. So the other things it'll do is configure timing, deployment monitoring. But here is how you run the Python code, right? So um, when you're ready to run the Python code, this is basically how you do it, right? Now, we also have some other, so that's how you run it on the Q car. So note that you need administrator privileges, right? So you need to use a sudo command um, in order to use the hardware on the Q car, right? So that's not the case when you're, for example, running the virtual Q car, which, by the way, you should have access to as well. And I encourage you um, to use. I don't know who's got that account. I think it's I'll let you know the username, but hopefully they're online. I don't know if because that'd be good because the virtual Q car, you can do most of the exercises that you can do in the hardware, you can do in the virtual Q car. Okay, so all right. So this is so what we did here. So here is what I had on the on here. So I got, we basically copied all the contents here. So this is the contents of the Q car. So we have all the same content in here. And what we're going to basically do is we're going to rerun all the Python examples that we did in Simulink, but now in Python. So that's the aim of the whole session today. And maybe later on we can do a few extra things if we have time. But let's see. So if I go to Quanser examples, and then we go to the Q car here, you'll see applications and hardware test, right? So if I go to hardware tests, then I got all these different things here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a terminal. Sorry, I didn't want to open that. So I'm going to open up a terminal. Okay, so my terminal in here, basically how you run a command is, so I'll go documents. And then we'll go to examples. And then if I list this, we'll go to SDCS. And we'll go to QCar. And let's run a hardware test for now. Then we list that. So and then you basically want to run this command, right? So note that we have this Python path equals Python path. So this is basically pointing at the HAL and PAL libraries. So you define this in your bash file, right? So we had done that yesterday. We configured that file. So if I do this here, then I can go ahead and say, okay, sudo Python path equals to Python path, and then Python 3, and I can run one of these examples. For example, let's run the hardware. Whoop. I'll run the CSI camera, for example. So, and then it'll ask you for the password. The password for the NVIDIA board is NVIDIA. So we do that, and then that fires up here. So I have the cover on one of the cameras, but you can see the vision, the camera feed of the other one. So this is, that's that there. And the way basically you can, and it ends after 30 seconds automatically. So, I mean, I can, so the one I ran was this here. So I can double click on this and this will open up the text file. You can, so basically how the development works is you can do stuff manually on the Ubuntu. So you can modify this code and then save it and then run it again. But if you're making significant changes, then usually what might be better is what I do usually is on your machine, you have VS Code. So now this is my desktop PC. So if I go to my desktop PC and I go to open folder and I go to the Quanser folder, I go to examples, right? I go to SDCS, I go to QCar, and then I go to hardware tests, um, select this folder, and then I got all this stuff, right? So if I made, so back to the CSI camera example, if I went here and I did significant changes to this, then I might want to do all this, and then I can test it on the Q car. So if I run this and I have the virtual Q car, then I can test this first, right? And then, actually the hardware test, you, I don't know. Yeah, you could, not sure. Yeah, you could do QLabs as well. You could do the virtual Q car hardware test first, using this example. And then if that checks out, then you can basically just copy that over into your Ubuntu, right? So the way you would do that would be Windows SCP, right? We have that software already loaded or whatever else, right? You could use, I guess, PuTTY or whatever, but in here, then what I would do is say, okay, I modified my example here of QCar hardware test. I modified the say site cameras, and then I would just say, okay, um, new session. Then I would connect to my QCar. So this is my QCar here. So inside QCar, I would go ahead and go to Quanser, examples, SDCS, QCar, hardware tests, and then I can just copy that over, and then I can go back here and run it, right? So, um, yeah, but especially if you have the virtual QCar, which you do have access, I'm just wondering which, then you could do all your development on your desktop PC, confirm it with your virtual QCar, and then copy that over to your QCar and just run it there. Or you can go modifications on your QCar on the Ubuntu itself. It depends on you. So that's basically how the development sequence is, right? That's kind of the getting started with Python. Are there any questions about this? Okay, so I'm just going to exit that. And all right, I will close this. All right, excellent. Okay, sounds good. So that is one of the manuals that you would need, right? User manual software. The other one that I would recommend would be SDCS. So SDCS, this folder has two PDFs here, the setup guide instructor and the student. So the instructor guide basically shows you how to set the roadmaps and all that kind of stuff, and which you've already done. The ground station PC, that's all that thing. So you've already done that. The student one also shows you a bit more information about uh, how to use a virtual queue car if you're using that, and also the file structure that's used. So the high level libraries, the application, the APIs, the low level libraries, and then the different skill activities that you can use. And in here now there are, so when you're running the skill activities, then this is the command I ran when you're running on the hardware, but note that if you're using the virtual queue card, then you don't need the administrator privileges, right? So you just run Python by itself on the desktop PC. So this is what shows you in the setup guide, student. And yesterday what we did, it took us a bit longer than anticipated, but we managed to install all these additional Python packages. Like these Python packages are needed for the skill activities, right? The skill activities are different than the applications and hardware tests. They're designed for teaching, and they rely on using these libraries, right? But these libraries are the version numbers for the desktop PC. The ones for the Linux have different versions, so this needs to be updated. Um, Yeah, I think that's what I want to kind of go through in terms of the reference points, so you know where to go when you're doing this, when you're starting to do your own development and stuff like that, so you know where to go if you forget any commands. And on that note, I think what we can do is probably get started here. I think I don't have anything in particular to present right now because that's what I want to show was basically the different Python libraries. So yeah, guys, I think what we can do is Yeah, let's start with redoing all this. So basically what we can go through is, here's what I want to show through. Let's go through all the hardware tests. So the hardware tests were the following, right? We did all these here. So let's redo these now all in Python and see how that goes. So what you can do is basically have a different set of students try the Python scripts or however you want to proceed. And yeah, so how do you guys feel about that? Are you good to get started? And I can guide you through it. You can share your desktop and we can start running through the hardware test.
Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me or?
All right, we are ready.
Hello? Actually, I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I can hear you now. Sorry. Sorry about that. I think my volume was way down. Did you guys have any questions?
Can I hear you? We are ready. Unmute.
You're good? No,
It's
no questions?
unmute. Can you hear us now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Leave
yeah.
it on. It's okay.
I
No
think you're
questions.
muted,
So,
right?
Michelle, this
Yeah.
will it be related with the Simulink or is it independent?
It's independent. We already did Simlink in the
Okay,
first two sessions.
understood. That's what I was expecting.
Okay. Yeah, no,
I mean,
this
Python
is
is separate. Like we have an option of use.
what?
Understood.
Yeah, Python is Python is separate. So if you want to use Python, you can use Python. If you use Simlink, you can use Simlink. If you want to use both, good for you. It's all up to you. Yeah, no, what I want to highlight, because I made the because we have Python libraries in Python, and it still depends on the Quark runtime running on there, but it doesn't depend on Simlink. But I guess what I was saying was, we have the Quark runtime and we have the Quanser API, Python API. That the Python uses in order to access the hardware. It's very similar to how Simlink uses Quark to interface with the QCar. But yeah, we're not using Simlink at all in this session. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, then let's get to it then. Let's start running through the hardware tests and then
Can you share your screen? Yeah, it's already shared.
yeah.
Yeah, on the profile is there. Okay, so we are shared. Okay. So we are ready, yes, sir. And the first word is in video. So first we go with the hardware test, right?
Yeah, let's start with the hardware test.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, maybe open up your file explorer, just showing the rest of the audience where all your files are.
Yeah. Even not getting yeah, because it is wired. So it's going to go to the performance. Then we have the Quanser folder. We had yesterday copy. Examples. Yes. Yeah. The same file structure which was undependent in QCAR. Then we have the hardware basis.
Maybe it's the network problem.
So you should be open. I think you can open up a terminal from here.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, like we did yesterday, right? That's a nice, because that way it opens the terminal in that folder.
Yeah.
Saves you a bit of trouble.
You go. So which file I have to run hardware IO test?
So we're gonna run through all of them. Yeah, sure. Let's start with the hardware IO test.
A hardware basic IO, hardware test
Yeah.
basic IO. Okay.
Basic IO. Yeah, you can open that up.
Sorry.
No. Morning.
Here yeah, here we have too much delay. Okay.
And you're using the tab, it looks like, right? You know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm thinking
Oh, wait, before you run it,
Mm.
I'm just wondering, is your car on the platform?
Yeah.
Because this will
Oh.
run it, this will drive it.
Yeah, it's on the stand platform.
No, he was on there, the ground, or is it here?
No, in the stand.
You can put it on the ground if you want. Just make sure it's in the roadmap, not on the desk, because it's gonna drive off.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if you do it, yeah, just put it on the roadmap. It doesn't drive very far, but
Also long also some delays.
Okay. Should we go?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. It's okay, it's okay. Slowly replace. Put center. Put center.
Put it in the sun. Put it in the sun. Yeah.
See. Yeah, can you see it through the camera now? Where the
Yeah, you can see.
I didn't see the car move, but I heard the reaction, so I assume it. I mean, I saw the script, right? So it worked. So right here, you can see that it's taking measurements. These are all numeric, of course. So battery voltage, motor current, the encoder values, the tach, the IMU reading. So you have the accelerometer and gyros on there.
Yeah.
If you want to open up the actual code, so if you double click on hardware test, basic IO. So you can see that it's so we're using the read function here, and then you're commanding a throttle and a steering, right? So it's just commanding like sine waves, and you have the LEDs here to command the different headlights and indicator as well. Yeah, you can keep scrolling down. And then it shows you how it's displaying that information, right? So with the print command. So very similar to how you used in Symlink, you had the my car read, my car write, and Symlink you had, the hill write and hill read.
Yeah.
Note that your sample rate here is set to 200 Hertz and your run time is 5 seconds. So you can change that, of course. Any questions about that? If there's no questions, then I guess we can move on to another of the hardware tests. We can maybe run the CSI cameras. Well, that's great. Yeah, I like your how the roadmap set up. You have the large roadmap, right?
Small one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I see from the camera there up above. Okay. Okay, and again, if you open up the script, then you'll see that so you can see here basically how it's describing all the different variables, right? So you're setting up your Q car and you are using how it's reading the cameras. So by using the QCar loadable libraries, you're able to access all four of the CSI cameras. It's the same deal with the real sense camera. So right here, you're reading all cameras at once, and you're displaying that in each of the scopes. And if you look at the code, you can also change it. If you would just want to access like one camera and not read them all, you can also do that. No, down below it has a comment there. So just to show you, there's some different functionalities there. The one above just goes, it calls every single one for the four cameras.
This code from the example software.
Sorry.
This from the example.
Yeah. This from the hardware testing inside example.
Only it really limited to CV2 and QCAR.
The time just for get. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you want to try out with this example, or did you want to move on to another one?
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, let's try a different hardware test.
Gamepad.
Yeah, make sure your gamepad is connected to your car. The
It's
dongle.
connected.
Okay. Huh.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, there you go. It's actually good you're testing this because we want to make sure your gamepad is working before we try to do the manual drive in the applications.
Yeah. Actually, we have the arm signal on the terminal, but we cannot move backward and forward. Cannot accelerate, neither steer.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear the full question.
Okay, so we cannot steer, neither we can run the motor.
You can, but not this example doesn't do that, but we will be doing that. But that's manual drive. That's
Okay,
in the next section application. This is only, guys, this is only hardware test, right? So
yeah, it's working, correct.
this is just testing the gamepad by itself. But
Okay,
it's good for you. I mean, these are like very simple examples, but it's good for you to know because if ever you have to go back and troubleshoot something or whatever, then this makes it easier, right? Um to pinpoint what if you get any issues with your code or whatever.
yeah, correct.
Okay. Okay, you guys want to try the Intel RealSense maybe or the LiDAR?
That light up. Go with the
Yeah, it's good.
sequence. Yeah, we go with the same sequence.
Okay, so that's your depth measurement. Now it'll also show the RGB.
Yeah.
Oh, that there. Okay.
Okay, that's the few of the car. Huh?
So that
Yeah,
automatically stops after 30 seconds. But again, this is using the PAL libraries to access the camera, just like we did for the CSI cameras. Yeah, that's right. We didn't actually talk about that when we did Simulink, but the Intel RealSense has RGB depth, but also has the infrared.
Yeah. Done with it. What it is.
Okay, can see better.
Yeah, run it.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. We can select a font.
Um. Okay, looks like you got an error here running the LiDAR. Okay. Let me take a screen capture of that and I'll circle back. There might be an update needed on our end for this code. There might have been some, if the libraries maybe got updated, maybe one of the functions in this that's calling the function, it's probably just that, just needs to be modified slightly. Okay, we'll take a look at that.
And update in the libraries will to the change in.
Pardon?
Any update on the libraries, it has to be checked again, approved or not.
I will let you know via email what the issue was. Because actually, can you check one thing? Could you check your NumPy version? If you go to, it might be your NumPy. In the meantime, I'm just going to try running it on my end. Yeah, do that and let's confirm the version of NumPy. It should be
Pip is not here.
pip 3.
Okay, pip 3.
Oh, sorry. No, Python 3 and no, just pip, but Python 3.
Okay.
I guess there's a lag, right? Okay, there we go. And let's check your NumPy. It'd be under N, right? N. Yeah. Oh, 1.19.4. I think that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, we set this up yesterday, so that's okay. Let me just confirm. Yeah. No, you're okay. Okay, so it's not that. Let me do a quick run on my end. So in the meantime, let's go to one of the applications while I'm doing this, and let's try running one of the applications. So I think we ran through all the hardware tests except this one. I'll double check what the issue is here. So you can go to QCar and go to applications. And then so there's a folder for each one in here. And note that each, I think we covered this, but there's a lab manual for each of these applications, right? So it covers both Symlink and Python in those, and a bit of background.
It's actually, it's a virtual machine. It's not audio. So you every in the media jets, you want to install this operating system installed over there. It's actually the operating system installed on the car. You are not inside that car, whatever you might take to all this shortcuts and stuff coming inspecting the see we just virtual second for example we can do any yeah because you probably orange but yes, when you come first, you just have to open it. And this will open. And put IP address. will be added we have the store. For everything you have the you have the you can check here the suppose user node software Python. Here you can find probably the connection point. Yeah, yeah. I think that was in setup hardware is the right place. Sponsor, then we user, then the
So I see you guys ran the 360-degree vision. Any questions about that? That's pretty similar to one you did in the hardware test.
No questions.
Okay. Let's run a different application then. Lane following, we'll do the last one.
Okay.
Let's do. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so LiDAR not needs the point cloud itself, therefore focus with task men not with task men. So much. So we got another error.
Yeah, I see that. Another one. Yeah, it looks like it's just. Hmm. All right, let me. In the meantime, can you run? Let me take a look at this on my end. Could you run another application in the meantime?
Different. I think point cloud. I think we should try it again. All the way from not working previously. Yeah. So it's working. It means LiDAR is working over here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is so similar to as you saw in Simlink. So this is showing you the XY map. And if we open up the code here, then you should see basically how it's accessing the LiDAR to get the heading and distance measurements of the objects it can detect, and then it maps that to the XY plane. So here you got the LiDAR settings there, how many points it takes. Okay, so you can see here you can set your maximum distance. So right now it's 3.9 meters, and you have your decay. I won't touch that for now. Yeah, if you keep scrolling down, I just want to see what is displaying here. So you have the MIDAR lead again using the Quanser libraries. Right. So similar to what you had for the contour, it's doing just basically using the heading information and distances from the LiDAR measurements is getting X and Y measurements using the sine cosine commands you see there, and then converts that into the pixels for the map, right?
This is
So see, this is funny because you were able to run this LiDAR example in applications, but the one in the hardware test failed. So all we need to do is look at basically how the function is in that one, and then we can fix up the hardware test.
things that I found the logic in the hardware test, it was working correctly, but it is not working.
Yeah, the gamepad hardware tests were correct. So yeah, it's probably just a quick fix here.
Error was in this line probably. So
No, wait, it was a function call.
we have to pass one over here. Where is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, yeah. No, I think, yeah.
have-
Um,
Where is that portion? We have to pass the number, which is one. Yeah, over here.
yes,
Right.
yeah, I think you're right there. You saved it, right?
Yeah, I saved it, and now I think we have to go to applications. We folder name. Manual drive. Cross, now, okay,
Okay,
again.
hang on. So, okay, that didn't change anything.
Yeah.
But it's the right. Okay, let's. All right, let's see here. Q car.
This line.
Hang on, I'm just opening it on my end just to see.
I think
So
it's probably
the troll.
Yeah.
So it's Q car commands, nothing to do with the.
But I think that in this.
Oh yeah, no,
flow
it's a G.
chart,
Okay, so Gpad read, it can't. It's this function here. Yeah, Q. Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's just a function call, guys. It's that's all it is, but.
What I guess probably in this version they have renamed these variables. For example, in the manual drive file, these are left longitudinal axis, while in the updated version probably we have the variable name as left joystick X and then Y for lateral axis. Lateral.
Yeah.
Because over here it's working in the hardware.
Yeah. No. That's yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah. I mean, you can always comment out that line to make sure you save that line, the older line, and try the new command, right?
So this is the, this is older line. This is the older line.
Yeah, you're using mode 3, so just comment that line out and then make a just copy and paste. Just be careful with your tabs and spaces, right? Because Python's picky on that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, let's try those the different function calls.
So the right and left that one it says I don't know. We have over here left just take y. Okay, so we have to use.
Okay, so yeah, so left is X and Y. So that should be Y, I think.
This one.
Yeah, I think, right? Yeah.
Let's try y. This one. What is
Also, the left lateral should be the left joystick X. So
okay?
I don't know. Yeah, let's try it out. I mean,
Have some tab. Okay, so tabs and spaces probably.
Okay. That's the problem when you're editing on the cue card itself. That's why usually you have visual code on your ground station PC. So, but that's okay. I mean, let's.
Yeah. Right. Think it's okay.
Yeah, it's. That's. No, it's because you have a space after the cue card command. You have a. You comment it out, then you have a space. The L if maybe. Oh no, okay. You got.
Yeah, what we do, we copy these spaces and pairs. Avoid unmonitored overload.
This one? Yeah, very good. Because
So now
this is good.
happened. You car configured successfully.
All right.
Yeah, it's working now.
Very typical one.
Oh,
Most of them units will
Yeah.
automatic because
Now just
now even the location is spread out. You think that yeah.
whoa.
we had an
We should have a pickup.
But installations and.
No?
But it's not smooth.
Install the and
I think it's better to place it here.
How will you be able to install it?
Ready? It's ready. I think it's better we place it here on the.
But this PC we remove it. Only a few, but we will like see this is the image we have.
You move it to another
Yeah.
level.
Remember.
Place it in the white area so the car may be visible.
All the software is here. It's a problem with the PC.
It's not visible.
Another one.
Let's remove
Another DC to
Whether in the center or on
the.
pull it there.
because this
Yeah, fine.
I thought
Try
you
it
working
again.
on this old PC, the new PC.
No, the old PC we have to install all version of that, so which scared this. I made another plan. So I can use the Android instrument, so it's basically the theoretical officer and the and not like excellent.
No, I can install the backup, no issue, on the new, on the
Okay,
system.
fine.
That's no issue.
But
Oh, you're not driving it
I
though.
need
Yeah, now we have the
Because you know
throttle
issue is the
and
interface. You will
the
not be able to
steering both on the
interface
same joystick.
interface with
Same
it.
way we
So
joystick
that's the
inside.
point of you working on the new system, whereas the interface will be on the old machine.
So yeah,
no, the interface, previous one, I will not be used. I
Well-
will let's go instrument the interface.
Even the X6009.
So
So what you're doing? You're just doing like
it's
testing
another one better
first.
than
yeah. It's
No,
Yeah,
the X6009 is
the
the
onboard and we
I
have
forget
it.
that has
Then if I move this joystick forward,
to output.
now
yeah, it's enough for me.
Yeah, the limitation
I
is-
got a hard time hearing you because there's a lot of
The
background noise.
resolution of the
okay, let me show you. So this is the arm button, this one.
Yeah.
Now if I move this joystick to left and right, it steers left and right. If I move this joystick upside, it goes forward and reverse.
Right.
So all control from same joystick. The problem is it's too sensitive, very much sensitive. A little bit movement can cause it, cause
Too
its
much
speed to be at max. Yeah,
Okay, so it's just a mapping thing, right? The throttle
Yeah.
is too sensitive. It's giving too much throttle.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Probably we can map the throttle to.
Yeah,
the
it's 0.3.
RT.
So why don't you try it a lower value?
Yeah, we will try lower
Um,
value. I think this is
Yeah, you
point.
use
Right, guys, think. What is the name of this button? RT. RT. So
well, okay, in the gamepad, the hardware test gamepad probably just uses the straight thing, right? The direct input with no mapping at all.
Yes, problem with it.
Yeah,
Right? So in the other so if we go back to task manual drive,
No, no,
it's
center,
using 0.3 and 0.5, but you can try to decrease that.
okay. 0.15.
Yeah.
Now it's comparatively good. But the steering is again too much sensitive, so we
Okay,
have
but
to.
you know what to do, right? Just
Yeah.
adjust it.
Fine. Pause it is map will be like. Okay. Fine.
That looks good.
Not good. I think it freezes sometimes. Suppose now we have kept left the joystick on the table, but it's still moving. I have to kill it. It's not smooth
I
as
see.
compared to the simulating version. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I would have to touch base with some of my colleagues to see if they can update that, or I can take a look at it myself more. But at the end of the day, I think this was a good exercise because you guys kind of took a deeper dive into, updating the manual, updating the script so that, you were making the right function calls and you're able to change the mapping commands of the throttle and the steering, right? So we will I can take a look at this and and show you what I've done basically, either me or one of my colleagues. So I'll circle back with you, but I mean, good job. I mean, this good. I mean, you got it running and stuff. It's just, I guess it's too sensitive and it keeps driving, right, when you stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we have the point cloud is done.
Yes.
I think now we have the last application, lane sorting.
How easy?
Last, I think it's better to check it from this way first. Was it sometime was crazy? I didn't be here better. Saturated and defined out. I think those some of the libraries. It needs to update. This time people are updating. We find that's tomorrow you should believe it.
Uh,
Next tomorrow. Yeah, you maybe can. I think we have done 2000.
yeah, you get. Looks like the.
I think it's the similar error which we had before, that this function might be renamed as a red function.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, I actually kind of remember. Yeah, it got renamed for sure. I'm trying to remember what that was. I thought that was updated.
We just we do not.
But it's not. Yeah. You have to put myself.
Okay, hang on. I got the fix here. Oh, this is not going to show up well. This is it here.
Finally, number 16. So just add A in the front.
Did you get my command
Mm,
on the chat?
Let me check.
It's on the Teams chat.
Okay, I'm checking.
Quanser.
No, no.
In the meeting chat for Teams.
Yeah, I'm checking there.
Oh, okay.
You have to send it to
Button.
Rahmat Vidud. Oh, yeah. You got it. I think I should write it instead of copy and paste because
That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's better. You just comment that out and just enter the line. It's not that long.
Yeah. Copy these spaces. So in the same place.
Yeah, we're not even.
Yeah, we get it here. We don't see it. We don't- And people finish what I and
Listen, issue.
Yeah.
is equal
Yeah,
to
Yeah. Raw steering.
He doesn't have a gun.
Don't think it's a double equal though, just one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll correct it. I meant it is 0.5. Five.
Okay.
Think we can check it. Yeah. Again.
Ah.
Hitting this button, we have to
Oh,
check again.
I think it's
Left lateral axis same error, so we have to replace it with the one which we had last.
I know, but we didn't get this error before, so I mean,
When the first time which I ran this file,
I'm wondering if your Python API is up to date. Can you run the pip list again? I think we looked at it yesterday. It was like it's March 29th, but I don't think that's enough, to be honest. I think that's why you're getting these errors. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is.
should I search for gamepad?
Just go up to Quanser.
Okay. The cons. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm using April 4/11.
Which one you are using?
April 4th, 11. So it's more updated, the version I'm using.
Oh,
Second for some
okay. I think when we were updating it, we had some error, right?
Well, it didn't update anything because we entered that date, so we should update
Yeah.
4/11.
Mm.
If that's the most recent API. Let me. I just want to check that that's the most recent one, but that should work because. Yeah, can you connect your car to the internet again? Maybe we could do a quick library update for those.
Yeah.
That one doesn't take very long.
And Ethernet connection, we have to connect it.
Yeah, yeah, just connect it straight to Ethernet.
There why this company. And there are many but it's not like registered on the back address. So you get it.
Yeah, first, yesterday also.
That is already open. We connected. Yeah.
So it's connected now.
Connected? Perfect. Okay. So I think the best thing is if you open up the Python software connectivity guide, that shows you the command to update those Quanser modules.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll enter the date that I'm using to install those packages.
Okay. It will be. Okay. Sorry, I forgot the address of the file. Can you please help me with the
It's in the user
navigation?
manual.
User manual, yeah. And then we have user manual connectivity software Python. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Right. So yeah, exactly, right? So you have
This is yeah. We have to place it the date which you have.
That is a software. Yes. Okay, fine. We have this one.
yeah, so if you go to CD, change your directory.
Okay.
Yeah, space, slash. No, I wasn't done yet.
CD.
Yeah, slash, forward slash, OPT.
OPT.
This is the end of our working days.
Slash Quanser.
So,
No,
okay.
no capital.
Okay.
Yeah.
And slash, Python.
Okay.
Okay, ls. Okay, there. So those are the APIs. So we want to solve for 11, but let me just check to make absolutely sure.
Oh, opposite, yes.
Yeah, 413. 413. Okay, so you can now, let's go ahead and write that command, the sudo, the upgrade command.
Okay. This is the how we edit full room. Maybe the issue eliminate the type of code or something, so we can have the source. Sudo file center 3. System dash m dash pip 3. Okay, install. So install we have two dashes then okay. Dash dash upgrade dash dash find links. Dash find links. Dot Quanser API date. Okay. So can you please confirm the date 2023 dot
04.
04.
Give me 1 minute. 0413, but let me double check to make absolutely sure.
Okay.
Okay, let me see what you got here. Dash 413. Okay, click on enter. Press enter, I mean.
Okay, should be.
No. You can't use pip 3.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay, so let's try the following. Let's enter the date of the packages you had installed there. So just go ahead and do the up arrow key
Okay.
and type I think what is 0329. Actually try 4. Just 413.
4. Okay, just
Yeah,
4.
no 0.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's try the following. Okay, same command but do 329. Enter the date of your packages.
329, right?
Yeah, I think that's the version you have installed, right? No.
Okay. Correct.
3.29.
Okay. 29.29. Okay. Fine.
Okay. Okay. So it's not going to the most recent packages. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll need to, for now, let's just modify it using the left joystick X, left joystick Y instead.
Okay.
But just make sure you keep the other command, you comment that out so you have it on hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, could you show me the terminal?
Yeah.
I just want to take a screen capture of that. I want to see what packages you have. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. standard. I think we can remove this. Okay,
Oh, wow.
so I think we should place it on the.
You're gonna go for it? Yeah, let's do it. Might need to map it a bit, but
Okay. Yes, yeah, just on yellow line. Perfectly. Okay, I'm ready.
oh, this is lane following.
Yeah,
Yeah, try it.
I don't know for what reason it was asking for the joystick for arming or something like that.
Yeah, for arming. Yeah. This one is different than Simlink, so you use the joystick to arm it.
Yeah, I have pressed the arm button.
Yeah, but there's a special sequence here. Is if you arm it, you can drive it manually,
Yeah.
and then you can also go to auto mode using the gamepad. So the
It's a
instructions are
professional.
actually in the lane following PDF.
Okay, so we check.
And I believe it's written in the code. So you have your car on the right side of the yellow line. Okay, so you press X to enable the automatic steering. If you look
Okay.
at page 13 on step 2, that'll give you the instructions.
And let me go faster to that. Length following. Okay, and then we have the PDF. Okay. Press, yeah. Enable SRT to provide throttle if the car failed to follow the lane is to have manual control to the power release X. Press X to enable the use of the gadget to steer. Okay. Is very it's
So you can run it exactly like you did the manual drive. So you enable it. So RT is the throttle, and then you can do the steering. But when you want it to be automatic, doing the lane following, then you press on the X.
okay. I think we have some. We have this window, but I cannot. I think make it large. We
What's
have
that?
this. We have this window over here, but it's
Yeah,
too small.
that's correct.
Now I can drive it manually. Okay. I think we should press X. Okay. Fine.
Nice. How does that work? Okay, lost the lane there, but okay, got it back.
Actually, we have to give the throttle manually, and then either we
Yeah.
have to steer it manually or via automatic steering by pressing X. So if we press X, it will steer automatically. Otherwise, it won't. And we have to arm it for all these operations.
No, that's how it runs. That's the example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to, the throttle, you have to do it manually. The steering is up to you. You either do it manually or you do it automatically. Okay, now I can't see the lane, but okay, it's getting it back now, I think.
Yeah. But it actually was outside of the lane. I don't know why. Okay, nice.
What's that?
Okay, fine, fine. Oh, so it goes on the right side of the lane. It follows right side of
Yes.
the lane.
It's on the right side of the lane. This is configured. Now you may be able to change that. If you want to, you can definitely do it in Symlink.
Fine. It's working perfectly.
But that's how this example is configured.
Okay. I think we are done with this example.
Okay.
Are you controlling it? We have to manually throttle it, yeah. And if you press the X button, then it will steer automatically. Otherwise, manually release the X button. So
That's great, guys.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's running quite well.
Yeah.
So when it sees the lane, it's good. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're happy with this, then we can move on to another example. I think the only one you have left is RGB selection for the stop sign.
Cannot. Okay. Example.
Did you? I think it's RGBD imaging, the last one, right?
Okay. Energy. Yeah, fine. Okay. Okay. We are ready.
All right, let's give it a shot. And maybe put the stop sign in front of the car.
It's already in the front.
Okay. Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Into the original. It is happening. I think you have to move it. Can you please bring it closer for this? or anything. Just 1 second. Better to, yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, so that's detecting the stop sign.
You can do the stop sign, not the car that will be good. Far. Okay, fine.
Okay, let's open up the script. We can take a look at that a bit.
We have 4 minutes.
You have to leave after this?
We just have 4 minutes total today.
Oh, why is the university closing?
At university, but some of the guys will
No,
have
but
to.
we're pretty much this is the last example that we just ran it. So we went through all the different applications.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
That's what I definitely want to get through all today. The other ones are the skill activities. We ran 2 of them yesterday, but we could talk about that a little bit. That's actually better if you run it individually because they're very similar to the applications. But okay, before we get to that, I just want to make sure you're comfortable with the code for the RGBD imaging example here. So at the top there, it sets basically the resolution of the camera. So it's set to
Yeah.
1280 by 720. You set the sample rate. So note that sample rate here is 30 hertz, right? So 30 hertz, remember, right? In the user manual, it gives you basically the resolution of the camera and the rate, right? So it's kind of a trade-off thing, right? So the higher the resolution, the lower the rate. The lower the resolution, the higher the rate.
Yeah.
Okay, you can keep scrolling down. You'll see the camera 3D mode is both RGB and depth, obviously. So you're getting those 2 measurements. You're setting the minimum distance and the maximum distance. If we look at the main loop, right, so you get the thresholding here, which is based on the distance, the minimum maximum distance. And then you have, I'm just wondering where you set your colors again. Okay, so it's in the masked RGB down below. You have the image buffer.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you're doing your masked image for RGB. And oh, your binary clean is there. So you have your you have your HSV value there, the binary clean. So 81 to 618, that's your HSV values.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no. It's definitely the mask. Sorry. No, it's bitwise. Yeah. But again, you can look at this more into detail. And if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, if you open up the manual, then it gives you more information there. The binary thresholding exam. So if you open up, you can open it on your car actually. If you just double click on RGB imaging PDF on your right there. Yeah, so the first version is for MATLAB Simulink, but if you scroll down, way down to the last page. Yeah, so this shows you right before actually the page right above shows you how to run the example for Python, but you guys already did that. All right, so it shows you this, but then if you go down below, then in here it basically gives you the binary thresholding, and this shows you basically the color rates detecting. So this here gives you the details of that script, right? So you can, I mean, if you're interested more in this example, you can read through this, and we'll give you more of a deep dive into this. Any questions about that?
I guess not.
What's that?
Yeah. I guess not.
If you do,
No, we don't.
then let me know, right? You can always, you guys can always email me, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now the skill activities are very similar. It's basically the same procedure. The only thing you need to know about the skill activities is they're designed for the instructor, right? So they have the solutions embedded inside, but the solutions are commented out. This is like it's fully documented in there. So if you so let's just this will take like 2 minutes to just show you that because they're better to be ran on your own time because they're quite detailed and they're specific, right? But they're teaching advanced teaching exercises, right? So if you minimize this PDF and you navigate, go to your Explorer. Go to your Quanser folder. Yeah, you can just back up. Yeah, go back. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, go to Quanser and go to the SDCS in all in capitals. These are the skill activities, right? So the setup guide student is what we already looked at. This shows you how to run them. So if you look at these, for example, pick any one you want. So vehicle control, right? So if you open up the Python script here, first of all, the lab guide vehicle control will show you all the details of it, right? But what I want to highlight here is if you're going to go through these examples, um, go ahead and open up one of the scripts. Okay, so here is a vehicle and control lab. By the way, if you're going to run this, make sure that you place the car in that calibration spot on your roadmap. You can also set this by default, this example is set for the larger roadmap, but you can, there's a setting, if you just scroll down a bit, there's a setting to change it to the small roadmap. Right there. Yeah, yep, it's just the roadmap there. That's for left-hand traffic. But it's in there somewhere. I know you guys are pressed for time, but keep scrolling down because I want to show you where the code is commented. Right there. So that's an example of the answer being commented out. So all the skill teas are like this, right? And there's multiple blocks. But again, this is all well documented in the skill activity PDF that shows you the different exercises, right? But if you're the instructor, then this is the full solution, right? The Quanser solution. There's other solutions. So just keep that in mind. I know these are all graduate students and professors, but if you want to run these, you comment these out. They'll run as is, but you won't get any response often, right? So you need to comment it out and then you'll get a response and stuff like that. So if you keep that in mind, then this will make this experience a lot easier. And I encourage you to try them out, but they're not for everybody, right? So that's why we, it's best left for you guys to just kind of run it on your own. Any questions about the skill activities?
Very good. I have a question regarding I have a question regarding the position and position control, the same as the velocity control, but I want to see how I can get the X and Y and the orientation of the vehicle. So I built on top of this controller.
You want to get the X and Y position?
X and Y plus the orientation theta.
Okay. I would look at this example. This example will show you how to do that.
In the vehicle control.
Yeah.
This one you mean?
Vehicle control, or there's another one. Actually, state estimation might be even better.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for a state estimation.
Yeah, there's a, yeah, if you go to state estimation, that's your, I would recommend that.
In the same file, in the same.
No, it's a different skill activity. So vehicle control is one skill activity. For you, take a look at the state estimation skill activity.
This one.
Yeah, that's the guy.
The same code is available for Simulink.
We do have an example in Simlink if you want. We
Good.
can supply that, but I would need to email those to yeah, we do have Simlink. Do you prefer Simlink?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I can send Raheem, I can send you the Simlink versions of the skill activities because they're not quite released yet, but I can we can send you a pre-release version to you guys if you want.
For sure.
Okay, Mitch, I can share with them.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll send that to you, Raheem, and you can forward it to the group.
Very good.
But if you look at some of the application examples, you will find some data, some information there. So if you look at the vehicle control in the Simlink in the applications, if you look at I don't know if manual drive would have it. If you look at you can look at the lane following example in applications. And if you know, I mean, for now, go to Quanser, go to examples. Yeah, SDCS, QCar. Applications. First example.
One.
Yeah. This one is a bit simpler. That's why I'm showing this one. So, this was the lane following example that we had run. Okay, so if you zoom up on that, look at the blue blocks down below. If you can zoom up on that. The blue blocks down below. Yeah, zoom up on it. Okay, we have throttle command. I'm just wondering if this does it. Oh. So this will give you the speed, right? So it measures the speed of the car and the steering, and from that you could get the XY, right? So if you look at if you go to the right,
One.
to the right, scroll to the right. Yeah, so QCar IO, the red block, that outputs the motor speed for constant second, but the green block below calculates the geometrical speed, right? Meters per second. So I would have a look at this example because it gives you the linear speed and you also know the steering automatically, right? From the speed and the steering, you can get the XY data from there. On top of that, there's the concept reviews. So if you look at the concept reviews inside Quanser, so this is the concept reviews are all the background theory that the skill activities point to, right? So if you go back to the Quanser folder, to the root, yeah, go to Quanser, first folder. There's, for example, this one, that's a good one. The bicycle model, the lateral control. These all show you basically the background of how to do what you want to do.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so for you, probably the best thing would be to work through the skill activities, and they point to the different concept reviews, and I'm quite confident that will answer your questions. That makes sense? And it goes through more advanced stuff too, like you're using Kalman filtering and stuff like that. So it's a really, really nice exercise. So have a look at it and yeah, let me know what you think.
Sure.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hello, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the instructor for the. I'm teaching them a course on
Okay.
advanced robotics, and I plan to give them some assignments that they do on their own. And I asked them first to do the skill activity on vehicle control. So it's already assigned to them. Now, can you give me idea about the level of difficulty in doing those skill activities? Is it really challenging, or these are like ready exercises they can do?
Anybody, I mean, if they're grad students, they can probably run through them. But the vehicle
Okay.
but state estimation, environment interpretation, vehicle control, they're not for undergraduate. I'll put it that way.
Okay. These are all graduate students.
They should be okay then, but they need to work through themselves and read all the concept reviews. But if they do that, then most of them, yeah. Some of them might be a bit advanced for even graduate students, but for the most part, no, that's okay. But keep in
Yeah.
mind now that you're an instructor, I was just showing you, right, that don't like all the code has all the answers in it, right?
Hmm.
So please be mindful of that. If you want the students to work through and do the solutions themselves, that will be a lot harder, but you need to remove all the competent code yourself and then send the Python scripts yourself to the students, right?
Okay. How about
So that
working in Simulink? So for the those skill activities, you mentioned that the Simulink code is also available that you can provide, right?
I will provide the symlink, but the symlink are the full answers.
Okay. Okay.
So it's the same deal as the Python script, right? If you want to use symlink, then you're responsible to taking the symlink and removing whatever you want and then distributing that to your students based on
Hmm.
what you want them to learn, right?
Hmm.
Because um, it's best to kind of have a bit of a look at that yourself and
Hmm.
see where your students are at, right? Because if you remove too much stuff, they might not be able to get anything running. But
Hmm.
it depends on experience level. Like I don't know how many courses they've had, um, stuff like that, right? But for the most part, they should be able to run all these exercises and stuff. But I just want you to know that all the answers are given in these files. They're all commented
Okay.
out, so it's easy to just remove and then distribute.
Okay. So is
Is
it
this
also
Professor
possible?
Widodo?
Vidoda, he left. He had to go somewhere. But
Oh, okay.
I am Mohammad Maisurwala. I'm teaching them the this course on robotics. So
Okay.
the first activity I gave them is like simple. They know the background. It's related to control theory, which most of them know. But I will assign them later the state estimation because I will teach them Kalman filtering and all those concepts.
Okay, okay. Oh, you should be
Yeah.
fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody doing the Q car, usually we do is kind of like what we did in this training is you go through the hardware tests, you
Mhm.
go through a couple applications, then you start doing the skill activities based on what your instructor has given, and then you're good to go.
Now you mentioned that these skill activities they also have the solutions. It's like a complete solution, right? Now it may be also possible that I ask them to do more than what is given in the skill activity, right?
Of course, you can
Yeah.
design your own Python script, your own Simic models, you can do whatever you
Mm.
want. Yeah.
Mm. So I can
These are
use it
all
as a basis.
these are all modifiable, and you can
Mhm.
create your own. Yeah, the Q car is an open platform.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thank you for your answers and thank you very much for the wonderful workshop.
Oh, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Mm.
I wish I could be there in person, but this hopefully this worked out.
Mhm. Yeah, it was good.
Any other questions?
Is it also possible to reach you if you have any issues or questions, or I can
Yes,
reach you directly,
definitely.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you my email address here.
I
Email.
think I have the email because you were CCing me in the email. So
Excellent.
yeah, so I have your email.
Definitely. No, don't be shy. Send me
Yeah, no
emails
problem.
and I'll help you out. Make sure that yeah, because I mean, I want to make sure that your course will go smoothly, right? So if you have any questions, like, don't be shy, just ask me, and we'll make sure that you know, you have a good experience.
Yeah, sure, sure. We'll do it definitely. And in fact, we are planning to purchase like more of these cue cards
Okay.
because we believe like one is not enough. We need to have more kind of a
Yeah.
you know, multiple vehicles.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can let, you know, let Raheem and I know if you're interested in more cue cars, and keep in mind that you do have access to the virtual cue car as well. So
Mhm.
the virtual cue car is a very good asset as well. That comes as a package, right? You have a 1 year free subscription, I believe, with a virtual cue car. So a lot of the exercises you can do in the virtual cue car, right? So if you,
Okay.
even if you
Do
have
do
just
okay.
one piece of cue car hardware, at least the virtual cue car, the students can use that and run that on their own without having access to the hardware. So they can run through the skill activities, they can go through the applications, all using the virtual twin.
But do you mean that it's in the same purchase that we have made, or it has to be a different?
It depends on your order. It depends on
Okay.
your order. Usually it comes as a package, but I'm not too sure. Um, I'm not too sure of what package you got, but
Okay. Maybe Mr.
it's
Rahim
quite.
know about it, or Mr. Vidodo. I need to check with him.
Yes. If you could check with them, then we can make sure that you have access to that and you can try that out. Again,
Okay.
you have my contact information.
Yeah, that would be great because we have like 9 students now and we have only one platform. So close to the deadline, all of them would like to work on it. So uh, this is the issue.
What's that?
What I'm saying is that I mean, in my class, there are like 9 students and we have only like one robot. So not all of them can work at the same time. They need to work
Yeah,
on different
exactly.
times,
That's
right?
where it comes in. Like I see there's at least one user. So what is your last name?
My last name, Mysurwala.
You do have access.
Okay.
You do have access. I've just confirmed it until it's your subscription started on June 12th, 2023,
Okay.
and it ends on 2024. So you do have a virtual Q car
Okay. So
subscription.
like a one license, right? So one person can access at one time.
No, up to 300 people can access it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a powerful package you got.
Okay.
So you have 300 seats with the virtual yeah, with his virtual Q car. So
Okay.
up
I
to
need to see
300
how does
people.
that work? Like how do I uh, configure it? So there has to be some configuration to use that cue car, right?
Yeah. So basically what you do is you just need to install the Quanser. If you just want to use the Q car by itself, let me show you basically. Maybe I can share my screen here. So if we send you, we can resend you the email so that you have the information of how to log on, but it's basically you install the Quanser Interactive Lab software.
Okay.
Can you
I'm just
see my
seeing if
screen
I.
here?
Okay. Not yet.
Can you stop sharing? Now you stop. Okay, you stop talking.
Can you see this?
Yes, now I can see.
Okay, so basically you would enter the email here. So you enter your email here and then you basically log in here. This gives you the virtual systems, right? So then you would
Okay.
go, for example, to the Q car,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would go maybe to an ordinary plane. And then I could just go ahead and run one of these examples, right? So if I want to, thing is, I'm using a laptop and it's not, I'm actually like, I don't have the necessary like graphic card requirement for the virtual QCar
Mhm.
on this because I'm using a really old laptop. But if I look at one of these examples, QCar applications. I'll use one of these. I don't. Let me see. I'm not too sure if this one it has. So when you run these scripts, basically detects whether you're running it on Windows or if you're running it on the actual hardware. What we've been doing all today was running on the actual hardware, so it detects that. And then, but in here, let me see here.
Even the Simulink code will work, or only Python?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how you access it, right? So,
Yeah.
I go skill activity here, and I go to for sensor interfacing, for example, right? So I go to sensor interfacing, then let me go back here. Okay, so then you would, so you just have access to this, and then you have the cityscape and all that, but I'll just go
Okay.
to the plane. So here's the sensor interfacing example, and then I can go ahead and run this. So I'm running this all on my desktop, so that's why I can use Visual Studio Code. You can do the same thing on the ground station PC, or if you configured Quanser Interactive Labs on another computer, that's
Mm.
fine too. Again, and it'll be really slow because my laptop is old and plus I'm using Teams. But
Okay.
okay,
Everything
you
is
can see
running.
here I'm at least connected, right? To just show you. So I'm connected to the virtual queue car, and it's interfacing, it's talking to the device here.
Okay, and this, as you said, this can run on any computer, right? Doesn't have to be
As
the
long
ground
as you
control chip.
have a good enough, as long you satisfy the software requirements, then yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here, I did not comment the code out. I think so. That's why, but it's showing you basically the gyroscope
Mm-hmm.
and the accelerometer and stuff like that, right? So I'm getting all this information, but it's accessing the virtual queue car. And what's great about this is I can run the same exact example on the hardware as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same code. So that's what I mean. It's a very nice experience because you could do all your testing on the virtual queue car first, and then you can run the same exact code on the hardware.
Okay. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so we'll make sure that maybe we'll resend you that email so that you know how to like get up and running on that.
Yeah, I
Would that
mean,
be
yeah, probably if you shared it, uh, I will check. I think if you have sent it, then it should be in my mailbox somewhere.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, how about okay? Well, check it to make sure. It would not be from me. The email would probably be from Amanda Lazarus.
Okay.
So just look at anything from Quanser that's, it says virtual QCar, Quanser Interactive Lab software, something like that, then you should be able to find it. But this is basically the experience, right? You have visual, you have that, then you have the virtual QCar, and you're getting data. Again, because I got all that code commented out,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not getting the information. But all you need to do here, just gonna stop this, is comment out that code. right? So in here,
Okay.
you can see that it's commented out, right? So if you remove all these comments, then you'll get some information. So you can do that on your own time.
Okay. 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 And also, if possible, if you have the Simulink examples of these, that would be great.
Like I said, I will show that with because they're not released yet, but they will be released quite soon. So if they're not, so I'll make sure I send that to, I guess, Raheem or whoever else.
Okay. Okay.
If I can send them to you directly as well, if I have your
Yeah, it's
email
okay. You can
address.
send it to me directly.
Okay, I'll send it to you and I'll CC Raheem and you'll have that.
Just one last question. If the students wants to use that interactive lab, they will use the same username password, like my username?
No, 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 no,
How
no,
does that work?
no, no, no. So I'll send you the 2 videos of how to get started, but it's not like that. They use their own email and they need to register,
Oh, okay. And how do they
right?
link
But
to my
here's the
license?
thing. Hang on. So you would log on the academic portal, right? So that's in the email. You can log on the academic portal. So it's a web page and you have your account, right? Your session for QLabs. And you can add the emails of the students you want to have access to. So you control of who can access the virtual Q card in your class, right? So you or your TA or whoever can add the students in your session. So you just basically add the emails. Once you've added that into the academic portal, then they can register and create their password based on their email.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty so if I log out here, in here, right, the student would enter their email address in here. So you're right, whatever KFUPM, as long as you enter their email address inside your end and inside the academic portal, they do this and then they can say register as a new user to use their email and create their password, and then they'll have access to it.
Okay. I see some emails from tech@quanser.com, but I don't think they are about
No,
the
tech is
virtual.
technical support.
Yeah.
It would be maybe from digital@quanser.com or Amanda Lazarus.
Okay. I didn't receive it. Probably it was sent to
June 12th.
Vidodo.
Should be June 12th, something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah.
June 12th. Okay. Okay. That's
Doctor, I
some.
think they sent to you because even Quark license they sent to your email.
Yeah.
You said June, what date on June?
June 12th with the order. So just look at, somewhere around then.
Okay. Okay, I'm not able to find it, but maybe I think I can just go to that link and just say forget password, and then I create a new password and move from there, right? Do I need that email really?
You can use your own email, but we'll just resend you the email. I think that'd be easier.
Yeah, because I'm searching for around like June 12th, and until now I did not find anything.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll contact my colleagues and make sure we can resend you that email so that you get it and you can get started and try it out on your own.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Okay.
By the way, how do you pronounce your first name?
No, you said it. The way you said it is
Michelle.
good.
Michelle, right? Okay.
Yeah, very, very good.
Okay.
Like a pro.
Okay, thank you.
Mitch,
Yeah.
I
Any
sent
other?
you email for AVRS schedules. Okay.
Oh. Um. Yeah, before we get to that, are there any other questions about the self-driving car?
Not from my side. I don't know about others. think nobody has any questions now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if you do have any questions, guys, you can always email me.
I have a question, please. Can you hear me? I have a question.
Yep.
Yeah, regarding to this virtual access, I want to know, does everything that you can do with the hardware itself can also be done with the virtual access? And then secondly, what about if a user wants to access, let's say, two of the Q cards at once, like to do some project, let's say formation control or swarm control, can that user get access to like multiple Q cards at once, or it has to be just one user, one virtual Q card?
Right now, you can only use the capability of using multiple Q cars is there. So that is supported in the software framework, but when you get QLabs, you only have access to one virtual Q car. If you're using the hardware, some people have used multiple Q car hardwares together. Right now, you only have one, so that's not on the cards. But if you had multiple, then you can, of course, try to interface to as many as you want.
Okay, but that cannot be done on the virtual one for now, I guess.
But the capability is there to do it. It's just we don't have any examples that populate multiple Q cars that are like released. But we are thinking about doing that. But that's still on a to-do list.
Yes, I understand that. And I understood that it can only be done with the hardware itself physically for now. The virtual capacity is not yet in place.
I didn't quite get that.
Yeah, I understood that that can be done when we have multiple hardwares in place. But when it comes to virtual connection, then it's only have to be one, at least for now.
For
The
now,
capacity.
yeah. Understood.
Having...
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And the virtual connection.
Start with one, go through all the skill activities first, and then see if you want to use multiple Q cars.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Good
Thank
question.
you.
Anything else?
Okay.
Yes, Michelle, I have one question.
Yep.
You mentioned, and I also found about the. I think there's some code for the SLAM algorithm. So can you tell me about the that code, how easy it is, and then if you want to extend it, what kind of projects can be done related to SLAM on the Q card?
So people have done a lot of like SLAM is definitely one of the most like SLAM is getting into more research, right? But I would recommend checking out the vehicle control lab first. That's not doing SLAM, but it's kind of a segue to go into that point. We do have a SLAM example, but the SLAM example is using the Hector-based SLAM, so it's only using LiDAR-based
Okay.
SLAM, but it's in ROS.
Okay.
Right, so it's ROS-based, ROS1 Python, and that is supplied in the material you have there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a user manual, like we have a user manual for simulate connectivity to QCar, and we have another one for Python. We also have the same thing for ROS, all in that user manual. Plus we have those we have that example that's supplied and it's documented as well.
Okay. We're
So
going to try that
that's
and
the
see how
current
it goes.
SLAM example that's released that we have.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions about the QCar?
Not from me. I think others also probably they are away because it's time for their classes now.
Okay. Okay, so I see here that you guys, I think there's some of you here that's on the call that we're looking at doing the training on Monday next week for
Yeah, this is
AVRS.
about that drone and QBots, right?
Yeah, yeah, the drone, yeah.
I think there will be some people, but not maybe from this group. I might attend, like, through Teams, but I think there are a couple of other people who will be attending it in person on the hardware itself.
Okay. So, I mean, I could do Monday, but I mean, it's a little. I mean, I just found out about this yesterday, so it's a little bit short notice. Because I mean, I did 3 sessions this week, and I don't know if I can do. Is intent to do 1 session on Monday and then to spread them out every week? Is that kind of what you guys are planning on doing?
What do you mean? So you do how many sessions you will do for this QBot
Well,
and
AVRS will be 3 sessions at least,
okay,
right?
3 sessions.
But we don't need to do them all in 1 week. I mean, we can do them, we can do them either on, we can start Monday next week, and then the thing is, I'm away the week after, October 2nd to
Okay.
the whole first week of October. I'm away.
Okay.
But I'll be back after that, and October 9th is Thanksgiving holiday here in Canada.
Okay.
We don't have Canada has an earlier Thanksgiving than the United States because
Okay.
that's how we do things.
Mhm.
So
How about having
like,
like one shot just like we did for the QBot? Is it difficult for you? Like do
what's
everything
that?
like next? How about doing it in like in 1 week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Is
Next
it
week?
difficult? Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's just a little
I'm
bit
saying
short notice, right? Like we could do it
I'm
next
saying this
week.
because we have this one person who will be attending most of the time, and I'm just concerned about his availability in the subsequent weeks. So this is like one constraint that we have, that that person might not be available the week after the next week or so. So he will be only available like next week. So this is like one issue. But you can talk further with the Mr. Widodo about this.
Well,
But I'm just
I need to know, because I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, there's like Wednesday, like on Monday, I have a hard stop at
okay.
4:30 on Monday,
Okay.
and on Wednesday I have a webinar
Okay.
starting
Mm,
um at 5 p.m. and
okay.
I need to log on at like 4:30 p.m. your time,
Mhm.
plus some other meetings, right? So that's what I'm saying. Um, I mean, I could do it, but there's going to be a few hard stops, and
Okay. So you can
Tuesday I
do it
can go
on.
longer. Tuesday is not a problem.
Okay.
Monday I can go up to
Mitch,
4:30. Yeah,
Mitch, can we do like a Monday 3 hours and Tuesday 3 hours? Is it okay? Like 2 to 5?
that we could do. No, I can't do 3 hours on Monday. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Doctor, is it okay?
Monday 2 hours, right? 2 to 4.
Monday 3 hours? No, Monday 3 hours and Tuesday 3 hours. So it will be like a 2 hours. 2 days we can complete 3
I think it
sessions.
should be fine as long as it's fine with this Mr. Kaiser who will be attending.
Yeah, actually, doctor, for Kaiser, I think it's okay. He can stay. So only for him, it's a vehicle. I can arrange myself. No problem. I can drop him in.
Okay. Okay.
So 2 to 5, is it okay?
I think it's
Mitch?
fine. It's perfectly okay. 2 to 5. So 3 hours and 2 days, right?
Is it okay, Mitch? In 2 days, can we complete?
Yeah, I think so. No, wait, mid-5. I can't do Monday that long because I got a webinar to prepare for at 9:30, and then I got a meeting right after. So, wait a minute.
How about Wednesday and Thursday?
No, Wednesday I got a webinar. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying, guys. It's a bit short notice. Okay, hang on. 5 p.m. What time is it right now? It's 4:44, right? Your time?
Mitch, for us, 5 p.m. means for you, it's 10 p.m. 10 a.m. That's it.
Okay, that's the thing. I can't go until
Yeah.
5 on Monday. I can only go up to 4:30.
Yeah, it's okay. 2.5 hours is okay. Then we can continue on Tuesday at least 3.5 hours. Is it okay?
That works.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
Monday we can keep like a 2 to 4:30, and Tuesday we can keep 2 to 5:30. Is it okay?
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And yeah, we can do that, and we can always it's either that or we do it on October 16th and 17th.
I think that would be a bit late.
Yeah.
Mr. Rahim, you know about
Too
the
late?
Kaiser, right? So he might not
Yeah,
be
yeah.
here.
No worries. Okay, let's try that out. Let's go for 2 hours and a half on Monday, 3 hours on Tuesday, and we'll see how much we get done. If you guys need more stuff, we can do some stuff offline, or maybe set up another session on from like 4 to 5. We can have another hour session on Thursday.
Mitch, I think it's okay because already when we are doing pre-installation, Kaiser with us, so it will go fast.
Okay, let's do it. Let's try it out. All right.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
thanks, guys. It's a pleasure working with you all. And like I said, I wish I could be there in person, but thanks. Have a great afternoon. I know I tied you up too long here. And again, if you have any questions, send me an email. I'll send the Teams meeting invites to Rahim, and he'll forward it to you guys
Okay.
for
Thank
next
you.
week.
Okay.
And the agenda. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mitch.